Yes, I almost forgot. There was another interesting part of my journey. As I told you earlier, the day before, I'm a little out of breath because I had to get something. The day before, I had gone into Athloy to have dinner. The lady of the bed and breakfast, she told me that I'd have my best shot at finding a great meal at Nicey Nana's. But it was, there was room, but they didn't really let me in because I was just one person, and well, they probably had the idea that they could fill the table with lots more people than just one. So they turned me over. They sent me off again. But I came back because I thought, well, maybe today I had such a nice day with the grannies at the bingo and the buying a painting and being at the exhibition. So I thought, no, I'm hungry. I'm going to try Nicey Nana's again. And I went into Nicey Nana's with three ladies. And we went in, we walked in, and the lady in the lobby, because I had opened the door for them and walked in with them, the lady in the lobby asked, a table for 4? And I said, well, I like that. But the 3 ladies shook their head. No, they laughed, of course, but they said, no, we're 3, and he's on his own. So they sat down on the table, and I sat down because I did get a table this time. And I sat down, and it was an interesting moment. I'm always, when I meet people, I'm thinking of, I want to make contacts. I want to talk to them. I want to learn about them, about what things that happen in their lives. And I thought, well, why don't I just go over to them and ask if they would like it if I joined them for dinner? And I did. I went up to them and I asked, well, don't feel obliged. You can say no. It's no problem whatsoever. I was bright red in my face, and I may have been perspiring also a little bit, but I was a little bit nervous, of course. I said, you can say no and you can turn me down, no problem. But I'd really like to have dinner with you, if that's possible, to join you for dinner, and if I may. And they looked at each other and they smiled again, and I said, okay, join us, no problem. So well, there I was, in Nicey Nana's, on the verge of having a beautiful meal with 3 lovely ladies. And they opened the conversation with a little icebreaker. And I said, well, is something you do often? 3 sisters going out to have a meal? And they smiled again because it was a mother with her 2 daughters. But I thought it was a nice way to open the conversation. And we talked and talked and talked. They talked about what they did. I think the mother she worked at a child's daycare center, or she had a child's daycare center. And one of the girls was, I think, a teacher in religion, and the other, I think maybe she was still studying. I don't know. They were nice. And I promised them, because I told them I was a writer, that when I got home, I'd write them a poem. And I did. I sent it to him. I got their email address, and the only thing is that I never got a reply. Maybe that has to do with the final sentence of my poem. But I'll read it to you anyway. 3 gals from Cows. After a day of magical meetings, for me there still was more in store. In a fancy place where you can eat things, I asked table for 4. I was asked table for 4. I like that, I to my surprise replied, for 3 lovely ladies had accompanied me inside. I was travelling alone, you see, to where I did not know. But I'd love a dinner with these 3, though me they did not know. They first declined, but when they sat, a little voice inside me said, you coward boy beneath your hat, they'd like your company, I bet. So up to them I walked indeed with trembling voice and bright red face, and when asked if with them I could eat, they at their table offered me a space. When I sat down, I, rather nice, asked, and it would break the ice, if these 3 sisters often dined, then on their faces smile it shined. For sisters there were only two. Their mom was number 3. It was a fun mistake, that's true, so they soon forgave me. We talked and time flew by. They would all offer me a taste. What they were eating I should try, and I was often amazed. For did food always taste this good? Or was it my current company that made every bite I ate taste like heaven to me? Music, work and politics, movies, books and more. We talked and talked about a lot of things, but I never for a moment felt bored. When the evening's end was near, the sisters took good care. All their qualities I'd hear, in case I need compare. Their ages had to be guessed, a dangerous task I'm sure, but luckily I had been blessed to find the perfect cure. What could have been disastrous ended up a compliment for both sisters, so without a fuss, on the evening went. Not for long, I have to say, for the girls were homeward bound, like 3 Cinderellas in May. The bell it had to sound. I so much enjoyed my evening, that a promise that I made, I'd rhyme down the whole thing, and send it before late. A promise kept then, here it is, to 3 gals from Kells. Like granted should be every wish, when coins are thrown in wells. And finally a last remark, that may kindle a little spark, but I sure hope won't start a fight. One of them kept me up all night. That was my poem. Well, it was a great night. They went off, I went off, and I fell asleep, already dreaming about the next day, because the next day I was going to meet another lovely lady. I was going to meet Mona, to hand her a big bouquet of flowers. Tell you soon.